Hello everyone, welcome back to another top 5, and today I'm going to be talking to you about top 5 video gaming hardest levels. Nobody likes underwater levels by definition, they suck. The ones that embrace realism, like say Sonic the Hedgehog, which forced you to collect an air bubble or drown. No dangling horrors, but even the worst ones that let you breathe indefinitely are nightmarish. There's just something about an underwater level, a sense of claustrophobia, and the feeling you just don't belong. Think you've played the worst kind of underwater level? Think again. Let me introduce to you the Dam, an underwater level courtesy of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This level, presumably programmed by someone going through a messy divorce, requires you to swim through a tunnel, dodging electrified tentacle things and defusing bombs. Oh, and you're also on a timer, just because the fact that you know you had to accomplish such a task in the first place is questionable. But making it so that you have to do it under the wrath of a ticking clock was just nasty. Scientists currently believe that the Dam was responsible for at least 9 out of 10 mental breakdowns in 1989. GoldenEye marks one of the earliest times that the first-person shooter really made sense, not because we had the movie to work out the plot points for us or anything, but because it showed us gamers just how good this genre of video game could be. That's until Aztec, of course, which has gone down in history as one of the most bizarrely unfair levels ever programmed by a human being. Anyway, fans of the game will shudder at its mere mention, much as a character in Harry Potter will freak out if you say Voldemort, but Aztec doesn't play fair from that start. Basic enemies hurt Bond for too much for you to beat this thing on even the easiest difficulty. Then you have to face Jaws, which isn't exactly a walk in the park, which sets off with a series of alarms and makes things generally overwhelming. The worst part, if you die, you have to go all the way back to the beginning again. Does anybody want to be Bond this much? I'd rather jump off a dam. With a lot of horrible painfully levels on this list, a bunch of them can be conquered if you're prepared to seriously hone your skills, at least the ones that play fair. But some of the games don't care about things like that, one of which happens to be Sega's Sonic Unleashed. The culprit, which is Eggman Land, which is kind of like getting sucked into a vortex in the middle of the night, stripped naked and beaten with soap-filled socks like that scene in Full Metal Jacket. It's kind of impossible to predict the storm that erupts within the confines of Eggman Land, because the game never prepares you for it. At all, it throws you from one insanely difficult set piece to another, not really bothering to let you know or breathe. The worst part is that it never ends. For your average gamer, you're looking at between 30 minutes and an hour to complete this. On the plus side, did I say plus side? No, there isn't. Yes, final levels are supposed to be difficult, and they're supposed to challenge all the skills you've learnt throughout the course of that game. But the Great Maze, the final level in Super Smash Bros. Brawl's Space Emergency, is both difficult and confusing, which basically translates in game speak as, this game is shit. I'm taking this piece of shit back to the store, what a load of shit. Not only are you forced to fight subspace clones of various enemies, you've got to reface all the bosses you've already defeated, which is something no gamer ever wants to hear. Depending on how well you confront this level, it can take between 2 hours and 2 weeks to complete. The human race still hasn't forgiven the Ward's Temple for Zelda fans. The Ward's Temple is the kind of thing that nightmares are made of, the gaming equivalent of an abusive stepdad, and though most of us probably cried ourselves to sleep wondering why Nintendo had to make a game we were enjoying so much into a pilgrimage of watery horrors, the Ward's Temple has scarred us deeply, essentially a never-ending maze built out of keys, levers and doors, changing water levels and annoying monsters. This one is bad enough to stop you from ever picking up Ocarina of Time again. As great as that game is, it just isn't worth the cruel tutelage of Zora's Domain.